Hello everybody, it's Rost from GoFormat.com and I'm with Moxies today for a slightly different video where we're going to be rating all of the cards in Go format. Do you want to say hi, Moxies?
Hello everybody, this is Moxies.
Okay, so I guess we'll just jump straight into it. We're going to talk about the artworks and their application. If we don't talk about the application to Go format, it's because there isn't any, right? So we'll start with AQUA MADOOR. Now, for me, this is a card that I've used in 2002, but I can't think of any deck that uses it in Go. Don't know about you.
No. I think if it was a level 3, it would have potential. All these like vanilla type monsters could have some sort of potential if they're level 3 and they worked with Emissary.
Oh, right, yeah, of course. I was thinking, where are you going with this? But of course, it's the Emissary of Darkness, yeah. But alas, AQUA MADOOR, it kind of sucks. Not even some sort of fringe Legendary Ocean deck. But I do really like the artwork, though. I'd say that's like a 7 out of 10 on artwork.
Yeah, it's an interesting card. I always kind of thought he was scary when I was younger. It's kind of creepy looking.
Yeah, I guess he is, but I do kind of like that theme. He comes in this Pegasus deck, and there's tons of creepy cards like that.
Yeah, no, it's sweet. It looks nice.
Okay, the
is
next.
Is that a mask he's got on?
Yeah, I think it was a mask. I've lost the image now, but we've got this Armail. Now, it's kind of like a suit of armor with, but it's also a snake with swords. It's I don't know. I don't remember this card, but I guess
no.
It's just a nothing card, right?
It's just a nothing card in a really old set, so it's really nothing.
Artwork wise, what would you give it out of 10?
Art wise, I kind of like the warrior-y kind of looking thing. I'd probably give it like a 6, maybe a 5.
Yeah, I think that's like a 5 out of 10. I kind of like the fact that it's a snake suit of armor, but it's a bit unremarkable. Armored Starfish, on the other hand, like who cares, right? 2 out of 10.
It's never ever been played, never been looked at. It's just complete garbage.
And the artwork's nothing to look at either.
No,
this is like
it's not, yeah.
2 out of 10. Okay, so Armed Ninja. Now, this I think is the first card that I've seen attempted to be used in Go format, because you can use the trap card, the ninjutsu trap card, to bring out things like Berserk Gorilla, if I'm not mistaken. Granted, I'm not sure how successful they've been with that, but it's just worthy of note. Like, it's not complete trash tier kind of level.
Yeah.
So, but in terms of artwork, I think it's quite cool as well. I like his little scythe stick.
This guy looks awesome.
Yeah, we'll give this guy, I think I'm going to give him a high score. He's like an 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I'm down for 8. 8 sounds good.
Okay. Basic Insect. Yeah. No one uses that, right?
No, never even. Honestly, I don't even remember this card even existing.
Okay, but in terms of artwork, now, I have this thing with artworks, and this is like for all TCGs, but I really like simple artworks that use like 2 or 3 colors and the artwork really pops. And I think the artwork on this one does pop for me, and I think it looks quite cool.
Yeah, he does look nice.
And the I think there's this as reused artwork as well. I think it's Dark Invader from Another Planet, if memory serves me correctly.
You would know more than me.
Well, yeah, it's some other card that's never used, but it's like an OCG card printed later for TCG. But I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10 for artwork. I quite like it still.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
It's kind of alien looking as well. But yeah, Beast Fangs, another. That's another nothing card. Not used in Go, and well, I don't know. It's a simple artwork, which I just talked about. I was a fan of, but you know,
there's like what, one of these equip cards for like all the major all the major types of monsters.
That's right. Yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah, I think this one's probably one of the ones that wasn't used like basically ever.
And it just looks like, you know, Silverfang's false teeth or something.
Yeah, it just looks more like a more dinosaur-y kind of look to it.
So I'm going to say like 3 out of 10.
Yeah, 3. 3 sounds good.
Okay, another useless vanilla, but like this artwork's kind of funny. It's like, I'm trying not to be like anime biased. I don't know if have you seen the anime?
I have. Well, all the original, yes.
Yeah, well, this is a Yugi monster. but I think he's quite funny anyway. He's kind of cute.
I think he looks awesome, to be honest.
Well,
like he's just a stout little guy with a small sword and small shield, and his shield's got like a skull on it, like the things you eat.
Okay, what would you give it out of 10?
I don't know, like I'm willing to go to like a 7.
I'll give it like a 5. It's a bit unremarkable for me. Okay.
Damn, he's got 1500 defense too.
Well, yeah, but he's still, I don't know. He's a trash tier monster even in the first set, you know.
Yeah.
So Blue Eyes White Dragon is obviously a really iconic card.
Yeah, super iconic.
In terms of GOAT format, this has definitely been attempted. This is the card that, if you're going for a normal monster beat stick, this is the most bang for your buck that you can get.
Didn't people try to attempt some dragon, like, summoning dragon deck in GOATs? Like, there is a dragon summoning variant thing.
No, you're totally right. Well, I'm not sure if this is the one you're talking about, but there's the Paladin of White Dragon decks, and then which use Super Rejuvenation, etc.
Yeah.
To try and, gain advantage. I don't know. I've never seen it have success, but it's definitely a deck worthy of note, and Blue Eyes White Dragon will always be tried to be used by players because of the iconicness, you know.
It's iconic, one of the best looking cards, one of the like the cards that, like, when you think of, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh, you think of Blue Eyes. He's one of the most iconic cards of all time for the card game.
For an artwork, this is an easy 10 out of 10 for me.
It is, yeah, it's a 10. It's also my favorite artwork that they have for Blue Eyes too. It's just nostalgic.
Yeah.
Too nice.
Interesting you say that, because now we've got the original artwork from Legend of Blue Eyes.
Yeah, which is funny because that's the one it's one of the ones I like the least.
Well, you see, I still really like it because, okay, the biggest criticism I've heard of this one is it looks like it's got a broken neck. Okay, which I guess it kind of does. But like, I own this card, LOB First Edition, and it's my only money card that I own, and it's the only money card I've ever owned. And it's this is a really nostalgic card. So this is another 10 out of 10 easily for me.
Like the thing coming out of the back of his head in the LOB one just doesn't look as scary as it looks coming out of the other one.
What do you mean the thing coming out the back of his head?
Like on the LOB Blue Eyes one that you like more, he's got like the spike thing that's coming in the back of his neck. But when you look at the spike on the other art, it just looks more intimidating.
He's got a longer.
That's his wing on the backside, I guess, on that. So he doesn't even have the spike.
No, I mean he definitely looks scarier on the other one, and his face is a bit longer as well, which I don't think is proportionate to what he looks like in the anime at least. But I still think the other artwork is my favourite out of the two.
You also gotta give props to flavor text. Like, that's just really good text.
Yeah, for sure.
Him. It just sounds powerful, strong, and awesome.
Yeah, it's very 90s kind of feel to it as well, even though I know it's like created in 2000s, but like these foil artworks, even the Pokemon cards of the earliest, like they all have this distinct feel to them. It's really hard to articulate as well, but you just don't get it nowadays. It's like these more jagged edges on all your artworks that become a bit more cartoonish nowadays. If you look at the latest sets, they don't make them like they used to. That's for sure. Book of Secret Arts. It's a book. Not used in GOAT. And, well, it's a book. 4 out of 10?
Yeah, I mean, I'd go to like a 2.
Well, I like the simplicity, but yeah, it's still nothing grand. Celtic Guardian. Another iconic card. This one reminds me of Link from Legend of Zelda.
Yep.
I'm not sure if that was the inspiration for this card. I'm not even sure which one was created first. But probably Zelda, right?
Yeah, Zelda is definitely older.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, no, I think he's great. I mean, he's not a good card. He's never been used and has absolutely no like versatility ever. But he's just like iconic for like when you think of like older sets and older cards. You see Celtic Guardian, you're like, oh, like, I know that guy.
Now here's something. Was he ever good in OCG? I mean, I have a feeling that he was actually a top tier card because like the cards came out more periodically. I know there was a time where HITOTSU-ME Giant was like one of the strongest cards in the game. I don't know if Celtic Guardian ever took up that mantle, but I might do some research for the next video and let you know on that.
Yeah, I'd be interested.
In terms of artwork, I would say this is like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, 7. I'd probably push it to an 8 just for nostalgia.
Curse
of just cool.
So Curse of Dragon. Never used in Go format, but this is some sick artwork. Now this is
it's awesome.
This is like another 10 out of 10 card for me. Like it's got everything that I like. It looks creepy as hell. It's a skeleton and a dragon, and it's got like very simple colors, and I really like the background as well. It just looks like
another just strong card that was played. Back then, it looks nice. I also agree with you about the bone look. The bone look just makes it look cooler. Good flavor text.
Yeah, Wicked Dragon. Yeah, that.
Plus, he mixes with whatever Dark Blades make that insane guy. So
he mixes with
or is it
GAIA, the Dragon Champion. It's GAIA that he fuses with to make GAIA the Dragon Champion.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's another iconic mix.
Dark Energy. It's a hand. I don't know. Not used in Go, but I kind of like the symbol. It's quite simple. I think for artwork, I actually kind of like it. I think I'm going to give this one a 5.
Is it supposed to is that like a ball? Is it just supposed to be like a little ball? Or is it like a bomb?
I don't think it's a bomb. I think it's a ball.
Just a ball that like gives you power?
Yeah, like an orb of power. You know, like
turns your hand into the Green Hulk. Okay.
Well, yeah, apparently so.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's nothing special. You're right. But
I think the best part about it is probably just the symbol.
Yeah, no, the symbol is the best part. I agree. Dark Grey. It's a goat with wings. It's kind of creepy looking. 3 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, it's pretty uninspiring.
Now, Dark Hole. Not in GOAT format.
No, it'd be way too powerful in GOAT format.
But what about the artwork? I'd be interested to hear your thoughts first.
I think it looks awesome. I'm also a big proponent of like spacey kind of thing, so just seeing Dark Hole, especially for me, because like the concept of a dark hole like essentially means like a black hole, and back when this card was released there wasn't like a lot of science behind it, and now there is, so it's just kind of like funny to see like a retrospect look at a dark hole from someone's perspective of people before the science behind it. So it's interesting to me.
Well, I actually agree. This is a really, for me, at the time of this card's release, there's nothing quite like this card either. Like they've all been like quite Dungeons and Dragons-y for the time in fantasy, and then they just kind of put this space feature in here. I think it looks really cool as well with the artwork. I think it's like an 8 out of 10.
I agree. Yeah, I think it's 8.5.
Yeah.
It's just a super powerful card. Like, yeah, it's banning goats, unfortunately. I mean, not unfortunately, these really overpowered goats, but it's just a really powerful card. Like, especially for the time being released in the first set, a card that just board wipes is just insane.
For sure, but I guess it's an obvious design choice, isn't it, for aspiring card makers? Board wipe is easy to think about. Dark King of the Abyss. I have a I say interesting story, but I do have a something to know about this card. I'm not sure what format it is, but there was one time my friend tried to make this work when Tour Guide and Rescue Rabbit were a thing. So obviously the king could be summoned by both of them, and I think it was the most powerful card that could be summoned by both Tour Guide and the Rescue Rabbit. That's my anecdote. The artwork I don't really care about. It's 4 out of 10.
Really? That's interesting. I think it's kind of interesting. It's a very different type of art style that you see in a lot of the other cards. Like a lot of these other cards are a bit more kid-friendly, a bit more cartoonish kind of look, but this is like has like a creepy look to it, which is a little different for the set, I think. And I'm about it. I think it's awesome. Maybe not the purple coming out of purple nails or whatever color that is, but the rest looks sick.
What would you rate it out of 10 then?
I'd move it up to a 7.
Fair one. I mean, it's not one that I remember. There's probably I go a lot on impression as well.
On impression, yeah.
So this one left an impression on me. Dark Magician.
Impression on us all.
This is the Legend of Blue Eyes artwork, which is actually my favourite of all the Dark Magicians.
Damn, really?
Yeah. That's an unpopular opinion as well, I know, but I really like this one. I think it's very simplistic. And something about the background as well. I really prefer the plain blue background as opposed to like the ripple effect that the later one comes in, which is this one here. We'll get onto in a second. But yeah, I would say this is like a 9 out of 10. I would tentatively say.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't like the other one a bit better. The colors on this one are superior, easily superior in this one. They just look nicer. They're more aesthetically pleasing. It's just the other one just has just a nicer pose. So I'd probably move this one to like a 7.5, 8, and the other one to a 9.
So this one to a 9. I would probably put it the opposite way. I'd put this one I don't like as much, so I'm going to put this down to like 8 out of 10. But it's still a really cool artwork.
I just like that he's like, looks like he's like blasting someone with his staff, and he's like holding onto his hat because he's got so much energy coming out of him because he's so awesome. It's just, just a beat.
Well, when I was a kid, I always felt like he was like, oh no, I've forgotten something, and he's face palming. Well, obviously now I can see that he's holding his hat, but that's what I always used to think as a kid. But yeah.
Legendary card. Even though he's like, even played in this format, like the format he was played in this original set, he wasn't even that good because Summons Call is just way better because he's only a 1 review. But it's just funny how he is the card you think of when you think of Yu-Gi-Oh! You think of Yugi, you think of Dark Magician.
That's funny because I always think of like Blue Eyes White Dragon as the icon. I don't know.
Dang.
But I don't know. Maybe that's a good comments question. Which is more iconic out of Dark Magician and Blue Eyes? And probably going to be a ton of like, obviously Dark Magician. Yeah, Timeless or Exodia or something. DROOLING Thorns? Yeah, it's a bit of, well.
It's just a big no for me.
Yeah.
If the colors were a bit more like the other Dark Magicians, like a purpley, kind of scarier, a little bit more intimidating type look, I might give it more respect, but like that color and like the flowers in the back is just not doing anything for me.
Yeah, for me, this is like a 3 out of 10. So
yeah, that's pretty bad.
Dissolve a Rock again for me. I don't know, it's just a bit ugly. It's another 3. I don't know about you.
Yeah, probably a 3 or 4. He kind of looks like a worse Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah. Dragon Capture Jar. What do you think?
I mean, anything dragon related, I'll usually not give it a bottom tier ranking. It's kind of fun. This card actually got sided in currents for actually a little bit. Like, it was respectively played, not like super played, but it had value. But I'd probably give it a 5. The dragon on the face is kind of interesting.
For me, this is like another 9 out of 10 artwork card. I love this card.
Well, what's the card that you like it so much about it?
Well, first of all, the like I was saying before, it pops. The artwork pops. The liquid that's coming out of the top does not so much, but the card itself, the actual jar, really comes to the forefront for me. And I like the background. It's quite swirly, quite hypnotic. And I think it's a really like bold card, and it's a card that when I see it, I remember this card. So I like this card a lot. And I like the fact that it's a dragon and a jar. That's quite funny. So yeah, I really enjoy this card. I think it's cool. And in terms of Go format application, I've never seen it used. Have you?
No, never. And you won't either unless somehow someone magically makes dragons busted in goats, you won't ever see it. And even then, I'm not sure it's even relevant.
I agree. Dragon Treasure. Well,
not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of the kiddish arts. Like, I know most of these cards are going to have kiddish arts because, like, that's where the time they came out is the more kid-friendly for art design. But I'm just not a big fan of it. I do like the symbol on the orb or the ball or whatever. I do think that's kind of interesting, but Dragon's kind of lame.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is like a 4 out of 10 for artwork.
Again, it's another light-colored like color scheme for the dragon, and I think just darker colors are a bit more aesthetically pleasing.
Do you see what I mean though about like how the dragon capture jar like popped out of it, almost out of its artwork, compared to this, which is quite, it almost looks two-dimensional. So yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, that's true.
This guy's got a goofy, a drooling lizard.
He looks like a dope.
Yeah, I actually like him more for that, so I'm going to give him like a 6.
Yeah, I'm down for a 6. He's kind of interesting. His flavor text is kind of funny.
Blood-sucking snake human form. Yeah, that's sick.
Has no viability in any sort of format ever, but he's kind of funny.
Never looked out for any format. Same with...
I've never even seen this card in my whole entire life until right now.
What, Electro Whip?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, yeah, no, I've just switched over. But yeah, now we're onto Electro Whip. Thunder types. I can't even name a Thunder type at the top of my head for LOB at least.
Oh, yeah, me either.
Kaminari attack, maybe. I don't even know. No, that's probably Meta Raiders. Anyway, Electro Whip, kind of... I'll give it like a 6 out of 10 though for the artwork, because again, I think it kind of pops. But
yeah, I see what you mean. Some of these cards with the layering color scheme, you can kind of like you can notice the whip stand out from the background. So yeah, it's fine. 5 to 6 sounds good.
Enchanting Mermaid. It's the OCG artwork as well. Well, yeah, never used in GOAT, right?
No.
What are we gonna give it for the artwork?
Well, I'm gonna give it an 8.
Well, I don't know.
Just a beautiful woman with some nice hair.
I tell you what I do like about this artwork as well, though, is what I was saying before. It's like quite that her face is quite harsh and jagged. Is like another thing that I like. At the very end, I'll pull up a modern day Yu-Gi-Oh card to like give my comparison to, but it's a very 90s look. So I'm a fan of it. I'm gonna give it like a 7 out of 10, and it pops as well. EXODIA. Now, I've got the OCG artwork and the TCG artwork, and I've got a couple of limbs here just for reference. But this is going to count for the other 2 limbs as well. We'll do EXODIA as one. Now, applications to GOAT format.
It does get played. Not very often, but it is, out of all the cards we've seen so far, it's actually something you will see in your GO career.
I would say this is the most relevant we've seen so far as well. And just looking through the rest of the cards, I think this is the most relevant cards that you're going to run into, out of the list for today at least. Yeah, the legs and arms can be searched by the Emissary of Darkness, as you pointed out before. And it's also Sangan searchable, but I'm not a huge. I haven't got much experience in with GOAT's EXODIA, because the FTK scummy decks of those kind of things are like library. I don't really see EXODIA as the as the alt win condition, not the top one at least.
No, it's not even close. And like with more prevalent card like warrior, like kind of if more warrior players are playing, like a card like Dawn's Blue can just absolutely just take apart this whole strategy. Like they have a couple ways of getting them back with like mass production to add cards from graveyard back to their hand, but overall you really don't want to be using it like that. So it's just really easy. Delinquent Duo can just beat this turn in 1 second. Like it's not a good deck.
No, for
it is fun to play though, like just kind of troll.
Yeah, but part of the trolling comes to the winning.
You don't see card like win condition. Like this is like the only win condition of its like of ever. Like there's no win condition that's legal that just says you win, right, without doing anything.
Isn't Final Countdown legal in GOAT?
Oh yeah, sorry. I mean like Oh wait, is it even? Yeah, it is. It's that one. Okay, so yeah, that would be one of the few. There's not a lot.
No, you're right. I'm being almost pedantic. And there's the Destiny board as well, but that will come up in a later episode. So we've got the OCG and the TCG. Do you prefer the background of Spellbinding Circle, or do you prefer the pentagram?
I prefer the Spellbinding Circle.
I prefer the Spellbinding Circle as well. It's more colourful.
Yeah, exactly. It looks more intimidating too, right? Because like it looks like he's coming out of it like he's some sort of like demigod that's just like all powerful, and he's just like, I don't know. I just enjoy it more.
This artwork for me is like a 9 out of 10 as well, because I really like the pieces of the puzzle package. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Exodia.
Yeah, this. I mean, I might go to like. It might be my favorite. If you're gonna give like a card a 10 out of just LOB, then this would be my 10. Would be the head of Exodia, or the Exodia packages of full. I just think it looks awesome and as well designs. It looks like it was creatively built.
Yeah,
it's enjoyable
for its time as well. This could have been quite an original idea as well, to split your card up into 5 pieces. Although even the Bandai game did something similar with Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, I think. They had like the pieces of it, so this is obviously an extension of that. Let's move on. So Fiend Reflection number 2. This card is completely busted in Duelists of the Roses. But,
oh really?
Yeah, well, not busted, but it has a very powerful effect. It allows you to play a second card, I believe, if I'm remembering this correctly. What would you say about its artwork?
I think it's pretty lame. I do like the background to it. It's kind of interesting, but the little bird with the weird thing coming out of it is not for me.
I think it's also quite lame. That's all. Final Flame. This is the OCG artwork, and we've got the TCG artwork here. First of all, which one do you prefer?
I prefer the OCG one.
I think I prefer the OCG one as well. And God, that's creepy.
Yeah, it's just a lot more terrifying.
Yeah, burning someone to the stake.
Yeah, and you can like see like half their body's already been like completely burned, and they're like nailed to the cross or whatever. Like it's just pretty. It's just kind of horrifying, to be honest.
That being said, though, I don't hate the other one either. I don't hate the other one. I still think this is kind of horrifying.
I mean, it is definitely. It's pretty grainy looking, and whoever this gentleman is he's got a very nice 8-pack or 20-pack, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but was this ever used in Go format? Is there no speed burn deck that can use?
Yeah, there is. I've actually played against someone before who's done that. There's just like a speed burn where you just play like 5 or 6 like stall cards, and the rest are just cards like that. It's just literally just little burn cards.
Yeah, there's like a Tremendous Fire, etc.
Tremendous Fire is definitely better.
Cool. Out of 10, I would rate this one like a 7. And
yes, 7, 7.5.
And I think this one's also a 7. I like them fairly equally, to be honest.
Fairly equal? I like the other one a bit more, so I'd probably put this in like a 6.
Okay, fair one. FIREGRASS.
I kinda like it.
Well, it kind of reminds me of like... It reminds me of... I don't know why, but it reminds me of 2 Pokemon. And those 2 Pokemon, I don't know if you know Pokemon or not, but like...
Oh, yeah?
There's like... I think it's like Dunsparce, it reminds me of. And then it also reminds me of Bellsprout. Because it reminds me of Bellsprout because of the things on the top. It looks like a fucking Bellsprout. And then the bottom part just looks really lame, and it reminds me of, oh, help me, kind of like the Dunsparce equivalent of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, who cares about this card? I don't like it.
It's pretty bad. I don't mind the artwork, I think it's kind of, but it's definitely a bad card.
It does kind of pop though. The more I look at it, it's quite nice, I suppose. But it's still not enough to save it from like a 3 or 4 out of 10. You look lame.
Yeah, that sounds about fair.
I don't like the artwork on this one either.
Yeah, I don't like it either. The flames are kind of... I'm not a big fan of the grainy kind of fire look.
Yeah, it all kind of blends together.
Are better. Yeah, it's not really much about it. He's kind of just a wild man fixer.
Yeah, 3 out of 10. Fissure. Now, is this a card you'd see in Go format when smashing Gravedigger?
I mean, you could. people use Smashing Ground instead, but you could definitely use it.
What would be the advantage of using Fissure over Smashing Ground? Can you think of any to hand?
Not really. To be honest, like maybe if you were like locked, like if you really wanted to get rid of like 1,000 Strict and they had another monster up or something, maybe. Because sometimes you can lock people out where their 1,000 Strict has no monster attached or it has like a face down card so it has 0 attack. So you could maybe use Fissure to kill it like that, but Smashing Ground just deals with more better.
No, I agree. But in terms of artwork, it's like a 5 for me. Don't know about you. But...
Yeah, 5 is probably the highest I would go.
Yeah, I mean, it still looks. It gets the point across. Someone's fallen into a hole. What, what happened to my monster? Oh, it went down there and no longer exists. Flame Manipulator. Now this is a card that always left an impression on me. And unlike the card the Fire Imp that we just rated and said it was grainy, I think this card does like the fire effect a bit better. It's a bit more dynamic.
Yes, agree. It looks a bit better. I'm not. The colors are not great for me, but you can definitely notice the fire and notice that he's kind of like the card is called Flame Manipulator. You can kind of tell when you look at it, like, hey, look, it looks like he's messing with fire. So because of that, I would put it to like a 6.
Yeah, I'll give it a 6 as well. I agree. Too bad its stats doesn't do it justice though, because he looks powerful. It's just
he does. Yeah.
But he also kind of looks weedy as well. But like in a mage sort of way. Follow Wind. It's just a wing and it's just a silk scarf, I guess. Don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty lame. It's actually like I might it might be the worst card I've seen so far, to be honest.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's really bad. Though it doesn't get played, but like there is this, not for goats it doesn't get played, but back in the original time you would use it and put it on that bird. I can't remember the bird's name, but it has 15/50 attack, and it was like one of the most, it was like the most powerful like normal summon card or whatever. You could put it on that.
Yeah, Skull Red Bird.
Yeah, that's it. So it did see like some really niche play, but the artwork is really bad.
Yeah, no, I agree. So we'll dispense of her. Forest. It's a picture of a forest.
It's funny. I actually don't mind it. Like, it's not. I wouldn't say it's good artwork, but I'm a fan of artwork where you can notice detail and you can notice that there's layers to it. Like, you can see that those trees are close and this grass is close and the trees are way in the back, and you can tell distance from the artwork, which I think is pretty good.
Yeah, I like it too. I mean, I'm simple doesn't mean bad.
Yeah, very simple.
A quick note on this one as well. I saw a 2002 list that used this card. I think Jazz made it. I guess the idea is to boost up your battle locks at the right time. But yeah, it's just a point of note. But yeah, for the artwork, I'd give this a 6 out of 10. No problem.
Yeah, I'd be a 7 for me.
Frenzied Panda. I don't know, I don't like it.
No, it's so horrible. It's just funny. It's funny to look at.
Yeah, this is like a 1 out of 10. That's the lowest score. Oh, I guess you could have 0.
I'm gonna give it a 2 just because the flavor text is pretty funny too.
Savage beast that carries a big bamboo stick beating. Yeah, okay, fair enough. That's quite funny. Gaia the Fierce Knight. Do we like Gaia?
Oh, we love Gaia. What's cooler than a knight on a horse with double
lances?
Double lances. Like, that's sick. His armor looks detailed. He's got a cool helmet. His horse is jacked. Has cool artwork for. I don't know. You can notice too the way that the artwork on the background is. You can tell that they're running really fast. Like they're going fast. I really like this card.
Why is his horse purple? It's I don't know. Like, is he like for a knight? He's very dramatic, isn't he? Like, he's got spikes all over his body, and like it's a bit busy.
Yeah, the spikes are kind of funny too, because they don't actually have any application. His face is longer than the spikes, so he can't really ram in anything with it.
Oh man, well,
this is pretty funny though. I just think it looks awesome. The colors are cool.
I think I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going to move it to an 8.5.
no application in GOAT.
No.
Something that does have application in GOAT, though. I'll let you take the floor on this one.
One of the few cards in GOAT that you will actually say it works with Emissary of the Afterlife. It's a good side deck card because you can search it. It's got 2000 defense, and 2000 defense, if you use it as a side deck card against warriors, is really annoying to deal with, and you can search it. So it actually has application that you can just go, oh, okay, I'm playing a warrior player, and my Emissary went to the graveyard. I'm just going to search this 2k wall that has 1300 attack that can kill certain things.
Yeah, it is definitely a good side deck card for those Emissary decks. Another deck I've seen it in is pure rock kind of decks. The ones that run the Mega Rock Dragons, Magical Merchant, and like it feeds off all of these rocks that goes to the graveyard, and then Mega Rock Dragon gets boosted to high attack because it's the whole deck is rock monsters. But yeah, I think there's some sort of Baggio control that may run this or something.
Yeah, may play that. Yeah, you can see that.
But yeah, what about the... You're gone?
I like the artwork. I mean, it's not like top tier, like super good, but I think it's pretty nice. It looks like it's got good definition. It looks like he's got like rockets coming out of his arm or the top of his thing, but I guess that's just a sheath for his sword.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so there's two sheaths for his on it, like built in onto his shoulders, which is cool as heck.
That is quite cool. I'm gonna give this one a 7.
Yeah, I'm down 7.
Actually, this isn't my favorite rock golem-like monster though, and we'll probably get onto those on another day. But let's move on to Goblin's Secret Remedy. Now, has this seen any play in GOAT?
No.
No, I agree. It has not. What about the artwork? It's just 2 leaves.
Not a fan.
Well, yeah, it's just 2 leaves.
With a bunch of very little egg things or drops. Is that drops of water or is it eggs?
I think, I don't know, at a glance I would say eggs. It doesn't look like water.
Yeah, it looks like some egg thing. I don't know, it looks not great to me.
No, me neither. We'll give that a 3. Now this one, I've
what?
Now, when I was making this series, this is the card that made me think of doing this series, because I couldn't decide if I was a fan of this card or not. Because on the one hand, it looks a little bit creepy and a bit like, you know, whatever. But like the more I think about it, it is really creepy, but also like in yours Dark King of the Abyss way, and also the shovel is really cool looking. So like the more I looked at this card, the more I became a fan of it, and now it's like an 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I was about to say 8 out of 10 sounds sweet. The guy looks awesome. His little cool weapon thing is really cool, and the dark color on the back. I'm a big fan of dark colors like that, and I think it looks awesome in the back.
I think this is one of the best artworks of the set as well.
And you know, this card, for application-wise, like it's not nearly as good as Soul Release for the type of style you're going to use it for, but selecting 2 monster cards this is probably the most relevant you could get right now in GOATs when you got Thunder Dragon rampant everywhere. This is probably the most relevant this card will ever get for a GOAT form application.
You know, it's one of those cards that it would be used if Soul Release didn't exist, but like there are so many cases where X card exists and renders this now obsolete. So
yeah, it's true. Unfortunately, their Soul Release just does what this card does, but way better. But I mean, it does have an interesting effect, and like we said, the artwork is really nice.
Yes. Phantom King. This for me is forgettable.
Yeah, it's okay. I do like elf stuff, so I'm gonna give it a little higher than just straight trash tier, but it's not very good.
It's a bit busy for my liking, but I agree it's not terrible. I think it's mid tier. We'll give it like 5 from me. Hane. Side deck card in 2002. Not used. If that. I don't know, it looks a bit weird. It's like some sort of Indian headdress. Possessed. With a scythe.
It's pretty forgettable. I do like that like he's not actually, it looks like he's controlling either his hands are invisible or he's controlling it with his mind kind of thing. Like he's, you know what I mean? Like, or is it sand that he's on, that he's coming out of?
I know his model from Duelist of the Roses. Invisible hands, he's floating around. He's a possessed headdress.
So that's kind of cool. That's kind of interesting.
I'd give it like a 4 out of 10. Any advances on that?
Yeah, it's... Yeah, no.
Hard.
It's bad.
Hard armor, this for me is like 1 out of 10. I hate it.
Yeah, I was about to say, this might be the first 0 I've seen.
Yeah, no thank you. Hinotama, it's like kind of like the dark hole effect for me. Like it's a meteor shower, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I do like anything kind of spacey looking, so I'm not going to put it complete trash here. And again, I like the dark colors as the background. I think that always looks aesthetically pleasing, so I'd probably give it like a 3, 3.5. I'm
going to give it like a 6. I like it. Simplistic and gets the point across. A bit like Fissure. Hinotama Soul. He just looks like a shitbag. Looks like he's out to ruin someone's day. I don't know. I like it. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I just like it. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, it's pretty simple and it's just kind of got like a creepy kind of like I'm gonna burn you alive kind of look to him. I'd probably go with a 6.
HITOTSU-ME Giant. This is the card that I was talking about earlier that I thought could have been powerful in the first OCG set, I think. But artwork-wise, he looks like a troll, so nothing too remarkable here. I'd give it like 6.
See, I have a little nostalgia with this card because it was one of the few cards, like when I was a kid, that like survived, you know, like the massacre of being like 5 years old and ruining all your cards. It was one of the few cards that survived in good condition, and I kind of just always liked it. The Cyclops kind of look is super fun to me. I think he's probably a 7 for me.
Fair one. What do you think of this card?
I mean, it's not bad. I'm not the biggest fan of like the super, like going out of your way to make your character look super just insanely jacked. But I do like the sword and the staff thing in his hand with like with the sheath on the side. I think that's kind of fun. But that's about it. Yeah.
For me, I love this card. I think it's a great artwork.
Just a little too jacked for me.
I mean, I never really considered the jackedness of him, but like it's everything I like. It's like 3 simple colors. It pops out of the blue background, and the background's cool. I'm gonna give this like an 8, maybe even 9 out of 10. I love it. It's great. I would wish it was a more powerful card.
Yeah, it's too bad it's not.
King Fog.
I love this card. I think it looks awesome.
He's quite funny, isn't he?
Yeah. He's just like a big fog ball with a crown on his head, and he's got 2 like fog swords coming out of his fog hands. I don't know, it just seems awesome.
I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. I love it.
Yeah, I'm down. 8 sick. I love his crown too.
Yeah, the crown is what does it for me. Okay, do you want to have a go at pronouncing this name?
Kumatoko? I don't know.
Kumutoko.
Yikes! Yeah, I think the card was awesome.
Reused artwork for Hunter Spider, I believe.
Okay.
Or the other way around, Hunter Spider is reused artwork for this card. Doesn't detract from it though. I also think it looks quite cool, quite trippy.
The color scheme's kind of downgraded a bit for me. If they're a bit more like purple and black kind of look to it, it would make it this a top tier looking card. It's a little. The color scheme's not the greatest for me, but like the art style itself is fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this like a 6. I think it's.
Yeah, 6 sounds good.
Kurama.
What the hell is that?
Don't know. No, I don't really care for it.
Yeah, that's
3 out of 10.
Chicken. He's got like chicken front feet.
Yeah, nah.
That's crazy. Yeah, nope, don't like that.
Don't like this one either. What is it?
What?
Huh?
What, Larvas? It looks like a bird thing.
Is it a bird? I don't even know what it is. I don't
like
think
it's real or anything. It just kind of looks like it has like a duck bill kind of face.
God, yeah. No, this is a 1 out of 10.
Wait, this is pretty bad.
Yeah, I hate it.
No use in any format ever.
Correct. No use. Laser Cannon Armor. I am a fan of this card. I like it's simple, effective, and it equips to like the basic insects, right? And insects have got like alien kind of feel to them, and this is quite on theme.
I don't mind it. Actually, it's kind of fun. Like the main stinger on it looks kind of like a beedrill kind of stinger, like an insect. Like it looks like it fits the mold of what you're trying to equip it to. So it's kind of interesting. I like it.
I like it.
Like a 6.
I'll give it like an 8. I like it that much.
Oh damn.
Oh damn. So legendary sword. It's just a load of nothing for me. It's just
it's the most plain sword I've ever seen, and the most plain artwork.
Yeah, I feel like I could make this artwork.
Like the hilt is probably the only thing that somewhat gives it like
character.
Something is it kind of has like an interesting gold look to it, but even like the actual handle and the sword is just so disproportionately looks bad.
And the card is bad to boot, so
yep,
3 out of 10. Lesser Dragon. I love this card.
I think it looks awesome.
I think it looks great. It looks like it looks like what it is, a lesser dragon. It looks like it's incapable of breathing fire, but it still looks like it will, tear you apart. And I like that it's from the back and he's doing that pose. I'm gonna give this one a 10. I like it. A lot.
I think it's great too. I like not every dragon needs to be just some insane, popping 35 different scales effects. You can just have a simple, it's called a lesser dragon, just a simple look to it. And yeah, it's got cool claws, good color. The artwork's kind of fancy. Looks like he's kind of either looks like he's got a little bit of glow to him, or he's in water, light water. But either way, it looks nice.
Yeah, for sure, big fan. And also he fuses into Metal Dragon, I believe, with Steel Ogre Grotto, which I believe, what's that guy? Is it Sam Cox tried to make that a 2002 deck? But yeah, check that out if you want to see a fusion deck in 2002. M Warrior 1, and we may as well do M Warrior 2 while we're at it. Well, these are the final cards we're doing, so I don't know how are we sending them off. I prefer M Warrior 2, I'll tell you that for start, to M Warrior 1, but I don't particularly like either of them. However,
I like number 2 better.
Yeah, I like number 2 better.
Number 1 just... number 1's not bad. It's not a bad looking card, but in comparison to number 2, where they just look like they gave number 2 a lot more treatments, it just looks way better.
I'll tell you what I quite like is the colours are flipped. There's a blue body and a red background, and this one has a red body and a blue background. That's quite clever.
That's good. That's fun. That's cool.
But it's not enough to save these guys.
No, they're both pretty bad.
I'm gonna give them both 5 because of the artwork, the flipping the colours thing.
I might give the second one a 6. I like the knife coming out of the shoulder blade.
Yeah, fair one. But anyway, that's the end of this video. I had a lot more fun than I was expecting doing this, so I would definitely be down for doing more of these. Might get some different guests on the show. Thank you very much for Moxies, doing very well in GOAT format at the moment, and he'll be doing more commentary for us, I'm sure, at some point.
Yes, I'm enjoying it, thank you.
So that's everything for now. I've been Rost, and he's been Moxies, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!